I am a little bit late with this. I don't know why I keep forgetting I need to make thumbnails for streams for YouTube. I guess I kind of lost that muscle memory to make those thumbnails, so. But here we are, performing for you. We are with these streams as per usual if you're watching on YouTube. Even if you're watching after the live stream. I need to sign in. It's my own channel. Yes, that's me. Let me sign in as me. Thank you. Alright, I'm getting back to stream on YouTube again after taking a bit of hiatus. Yes, so if you're watching this after the stream has gone live, hi Pearson. I take 10 minutes at the beginning of each stream to let the ads run on Twitch. Ads run at 7 minutes in, go for 3 minutes, and then on Twitch we're good for the next hour of no pre-roll ads. Yes, playing Pokemon Red. But while I'm waiting for the ads on Twitch to play, I'm gonna go take care of myself and get things set up a little bit more. Don't worry, Pearson, I do recognize you. I recognize the username. You have not been forgotten. Well, I will also point out while we're sitting around waiting, I'll probably mention this as soon as we get into the actual portion of this as well. Not every single stream I'm going to do is going to be on YouTube. It's pretty much just going to be these challenge runs. I will be streaming to Twitch, other stuff as well. Actually, I can see people skipping all the way through this beginning section where it says starting soon and just skipping to where we're at the game. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, vibe, hang out. I am in my voice chat on my personal Discord server, which I may actually open up to people in general. We'll see. So there is a chance that people will randomly pop on in and say hi. There's a chance that we might see a fair bit of Axel and or Venus. If I'm to place any bets, most likely Axel. The thing is that Axel and I are the two who originally came up with most of the rules of this challenge. I think we have good chance about to run any moment now, not already. The music is not too loud, is it? Shouldn't be. Might have to switch chat. Let me do that quick. What do you mean failed to connect to stream? Hold on, I think you're live on Twitch. We love the stuff. We love Scuff so much. Okay, well. Apparently I didn't go live on Twitch. Again, you change one thing with your streaming setup and things just go straight to scuff. I accidentally went live on the GGL channel first. Go to the right screen. Here we are. There we go. There's the okay. I understand. Well, I guess while we wait for ads to play on Twitch, we're gonna stay on the screen. I can actually get into the challenge, what the Generation Challenge is. I'm probably going to be explaining this all about stream as well. Let me get some Nightbot commands going on for Twitch. Quit. I'm going to edit this so everyone can use command. We went a cooldown of, let's do 3 minutes, so it's going to be 180 seconds. Update. And let's add it to the title of stream, the command at the end of it. Actually, hold on, there is a fun thing I can do. I can add an exclamation points from generations in the title. And that should let people know that there's a command for it. So for those who are watching this after this stream has gone live, post-stream, so the Pokemon Generation Challenge is a challenge that my buddy Axel and I came up with a few years ago. The rules are very simple. You play through every set of main series Pokemon games. That's part 1 of it. Now, what is a set? A set of games is Pokemon Red or Blue, as well as Pokemon Yellow. So that's for Generation 1. For Generation 1, I'm playing through Pokemon Red or Blue, in this case Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Yellow. Once it beat Pokemon Red. We're playing these games in order of release. At least I'm playing these games in order of release. And that's the gist of it. Now, when we made the rules, we limited it to just main series games. What I'm doing is I'm going through and playing some of the side games as well. Most notably, I am playing Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD God of Darkness, and Pokemon Battle Revolution. 5 additional games. Those 5 games are going to have their own little subset of rules because I'm adding them on. And Stadium and Stadium 2 especially. Well, Stadium 2 and Battle Revolution, those 3 in particular are going to have their own subset of rules. I'm going to still throw in Coliseum and XD with the regular rule set for the rest of what I'm about to explain here. I have in total 26 games currently released that I am playing. I am going to be playing these games every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. It might change each
Knocked
week.
the guy out with a ballpoint and pen today. He was incapacitated.
Thank you, Yeetus. That was pretty good though. Yes, Stadium 2, and Battle Revolution are going to have their own little subset rules. They're not part of the actual challenge. I'm just throwing them in because there's some because it allows me to explore more of the quirks and goofiness of the Pokemon series. And well, as the games came out, I played those games as well. Coliseum and XD can still follow the same formula of the rest of the rules, which I will explain in right now. So on top of playing all of the main series games, Red or Blue, Yellow, Gold or Silver, Crystal. Generation 3 is where we start getting a little bit funky because that's the generation that introduced remakes. So I'll be playing through Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire, Pokemon Emerald, and Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green. So that would be 3 main series games that I played that I will play in the future. And it would follow suit with remakes as it come out as I get to them as well. I will say that I'm going to be holding Generation 4 onwards hostage until I get my hands on a 3DS capture card. Because I currently don't have a way of capturing 3DS games. So, on top of what games I'm playing, the other rules include I cannot use the same Pokemon or its pre-evolutions in future games. So, for example, I'm gonna have several examples here. As a basic example, if I decide to use Charizard in this game, I cannot use Charizard in any future Pokemon game from here on out for this challenge. That's a bit of a rule right there. Now, you might be wondering, what about Pokemon with multiple evolutions or regional variants? Well, to explain both of those, in this game, and the reason why I described it as a Pokemon or its pre-evolutions is that does allow for split evolutions to work. So, in this game, we have Eevee with 3 evolutions, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon. I am allowed to use, if I want to, I can use Jolteon in this game. Can't use it in any other game, but I can use Flareon. That is an acceptable Pokemon for me to use in a future game. I just can't use it more than once. Regional variants. This is honestly like the split evolution thing. You can do with that rule as you want. The rules are very flexible. Regional variants. Myself personally, I'm going to allow the use of regional variants. If I were to use if I were to use Marowak in Pokemon Red, I can't use a Cantonian Marowak in any other game, but I will allow myself to use an Alolan Marowak because while it does have the same base stats, the typing and the moveset completely different, or mostly different. So I'm opening myself to using regional variants as another entry. And one definitive hard rule of this is I'm playing these games in release order, which means things do get a little bit funky. If we look between generations 1 and 2, the roadmap is I'm playing through Pokemon Red. Red and Blue were released in the US back in 1998. I was 2 years old. Got my I still have my original copy of Pokemon Blue. Do I remember playing it upon release? No, I was 2. But it's still a fun time. And I do want to point out that it wasn't until 2014 that I turned 18. So the majority of Pokemon games I played before I was even an adult. Which is part of the reason why I want to do this Generations Challenge is I'm going to sit down, play through it, and play these games. Some of these games I've already played like multiple times. Like I've played Pokemon Emerald several times. I've played, especially like within the past few years. Pokemon Emerald I've played. Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow I've played several times throughout the years. My opinions are, especially on Generation 1, very like they change ever so slightly each playthrough, but it's mostly the same. But in order to get a feel of how this challenge is going to go, why don't we go on ahead and get into it? Pause the music, turn on the in-game music, and let's get going. I need to move this. Actually, I will be starting a new game. I did attempt to start this challenge once before. A phone call! I started the challenge and immediately I get a phone call. Be right back. swear there's so much going on that's making this not actually start. I apologize so much. We're half an hour in and we haven't even gotten past the... Well... There we go. We haven't even gotten past the hello there. I need to find a better table for this. Okay, okay. So for those who are just now popping in, half an hour into stream and just now getting started, because oh my gosh, there's so much just hi, I am Kaisen, also known as Kaisen3141, or if you're watching from well, he's now admin dip everywhere, but I'm gonna call him Ian. Ian's spheres. In fact, speaking of Ian, we're just gonna name you Ian. I am starting the Pokemon Generations Challenge, which is a challenge I XL and I, my friend XL, we came up with years ago. We are playing through every single Pokemon game. Yeah, that's fine. And there's so many different things going on here. I will be making a video talking about this. Talking about this entire challenge and what I'm doing with this. So there's several things I want to do with this challenge myself. The crux of the challenge is you play through every set of main series games. And to give a good example of this, let's talk about what that means for Generations 1 and 2. For Generations 1, I'm playing through Pokemon Red. I'm not playing through Pokemon Blue because it's effectively the exact same game. I am, however, playing Pokemon Yellow. And let's see, is this right Pokemon? No, it's not. No. I select the right Pokemon please, that would be nice. No. Let's go ahead and get this first of all get out of the way, then I'll explain more about the challenge. Yes, let's name the Bulbasaur. Yes, I'm going to... Hi, Vegeta. So that what is in Twitch chat there is the baseline rules for the Generations Challenge. I'm adding in a couple of extra things here and there and some clarifications. Which I may also add that into the link there. We'll see. Also, does that link still work? Hold on a moment. I have no clue why I opened up this way. But interesting. Anyways, naming the Bulbasaur. I think there's only one true nickname I should give this. Venus after Venus. Another friend. So, yes, for Generation 1, I'm playing through Pokemon Red. I'm not playing Pokemon Blue, but I am playing Pokemon Yellow. Each time a set of games gets updated. Why did I not hear that? Kakarot! So each time a set of games gets updated, so for Generation 1, the update is Pokemon Yellow. I'm also playing... My gosh, this cable is the worst. Can you find a better cable for this? I might have to just buy one. Reset. I'm getting so distracted by everything. Yes, red and yellow. For Generation 3, I'm playing, I'm gonna lose this, aren't I? I'm playing, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Emerald, and Generation 3 also introduces remakes. Yeah, this is an L right here. We lost our first battle. Wow, that's off to a great start today. Fantastic start. And don't worry, there'll be a video explaining all of this without all the little breaks. Without the little positive commenting here and there. Yes, remakes, we also play one of the remakes. That is the goal, that is the idea. Not one game per gen. It's one game per set, and the set, each updated version is, I'm calling it part of its own set, so I'm playing red or blue, in this case Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Yellow. Yes, gold or silver and crystal. For myself personally, it's not in the rule set here. I'm also throwing in some of these spin-off games. But Stadium and Stadium 2 and Battle Revolution are going to have their own subset of rules because they're additional games and, well, they have their own quirks to them. That would make the challenge even more difficult, and that's not what I want to do with this challenge. One thing I want to do is I want to showcase a bunch of weird shenanigans you can do throughout the generations. About a long time ago, but never wanted to commit to it. That's fair. This is a very long challenge. Assuming that each game takes me roughly about 24 hours to beat in total, we're looking at about 3 weeks per game. And there are 26 games I am playing through. By the time I'm done with this challenge, Wind and Wave still won't be out. That is the goal. The goal is to be done with this before Wind and Waves comes out, because that's my playthrough of that is also going to be incorporated into the Generations Challenge. It's going to be functioning a little bit differently, but I'll figure it out by the time it comes out. Along with streaming every single game, I'm also going to be making some videos alongside each game that I am playing. The first game that I'm putting out is going over the challenge, more or less. But I do want to talk about some interesting things that I am looking into with each game. Like, when I was sitting down coming up, I'm going to lose a Pidgey here if I don't run. Yeah, I need to run. I'm not gonna win this. God damn. I can heal here, right? Yes. But yeah, so you're looking at roughly... No, I don't want to rest again. Whatever 6 times 23 is. That many different teams. Granted, it's not actually difficult to do that. Like, when each game comes out, if you just stick to playing with using Pokemon that are from that generation, bam, you're doing the Generations Challenge more or less right there. But the challenge does actually lead very nicely into streaming and making videos. But I did actually find some very interesting information that I did not think about. These all Johto Pokemon. Yeah, so it's very easy to do a generation challenge, even if you just pick like without any hard set rules. Aside from just use new Pokemon, which in of itself I think is pretty fun. And I typically do that for the most part. When I play through Pokemon Shield, I did use, I think I used one Pokemon that, yeah, I used Seismitoad. I don't know why I used Seismitoad, but I did. Also, I need to set the attack speed to fast. Alright. It's not difficult to do it. But for myself, I want to also throw in a variety of information. Like, for example, when I get to Generation 2, I want to make a video talking about shiny Pokemon. I need to get some experience. Venus is still level 5. I also want to show off as much stuff as possible. Would you stop through crits? I know the critical hits are based on speed, but damn! Would I have to play in order of release? Part of the idea is to get a feel of how the games have changed over time. And so if you play it in order of release, there we go. Thankfully nowadays we don't have to wait 2 years to get to another game. We can just go immediately once we beat one game into the next. So this challenge is not going to take another 30 years. It's going to take roughly about not even one if I play my cards right. Or maybe about one. But yes, it's to celebrate Pokemon, and what better year to celebrate this than the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. I just need more experience. I'm gonna do a tiny little bit of level grinding really quick. This first level bit's gonna be the most difficult part of this playthrough, because I know what team I'm using for this game. I think it's gonna be a very fun team. In each game, I'm also gonna do a little bit of a sort of like challenge build, within it as well. The challenge for this one, because it's the first game, the challenge comes in the form of I'm only allowed to catch a Pokemon after I beat a gym. So because I've not beaten a gym yet, I cannot catch a Pokemon. And that's part of the reason why I decided to start off with Bulbasaur, because Bulbasaur is super effective against 3 of the gyms in the game already. The first 2 and the last one. Pretty decent against the 3rd gym, Lieutenant Surge. And the rest, I wouldn't use Bulbasaur, to be honest. Bulbasaur is I would say that Bulbasaur is probably the middle ground in difficulty, because Bulbasaur can get you through the first 3 and the last gym. Outside of the gym, Bulbasaur is not really all that great. Mainly because most of the trainers you're encountering have bug types, grass types, poison types, flying types. All of which Bulbasaur does not do well against. So part of my team is... I'm not going to give any hints as to what the rest of the team is going to be, but I have some very fun things I can do in this game. I may have strategized a little bit with my team. The only thing I need to figure out is how I'm going to show off evolving one of my Pokemon. Because I will say, there is going to be a trait evolution on the team. I won't say that much about the team. Everything else, nah. Secrets. I believe when I first attempted to do this challenge, but then got horribly distracted. The fairy was on the team. Also, fun fact about Verdant Forest: some of the grass patches in Verdant Forest are they're just broken. They don't actually spawn any Pokemon. Okay, I want to get to level 7 ideally here. Before I go through... There we go, level 7. We got Leech Seed, baby! Alright. Right, I can draw this potion in this tree. Also, out of curiosity, I did add a filter to the game. How does the game itself look? Well, I was going to say before this fight, but thank you, Ian, for being a jerk. Oh, that's a level 9 Pidgey. Expand? Okay, cool. Don't. I should have healed there. We're living, baby! But not by much. Nope, we want to use our 1 potion here. Oh my gosh, the critical hits. Maybe I should just use a Pidgey because of all the critical hits. I regret fighting Ian now. I can't even switch out to get rid of the accuracy drops. Oh, and I did like no damage. Okay. I'll be lucky if I can beat this Pidgey. I'm not going to. Because I had another freaking critical hit! Ah! Ian's just unstoppable. Yeah, as you can clearly see, Bulbasaur is not necessarily the best starter here. The damage output's not super great, not to start off with. Okay, so it doesn't help that Gust is a stab move from Pidgey, and that's why it's dealing so much damage. Hopefully I can take on some of these bug catchers. We are going to be using Leech Seed often. especially against the Cocoons here. Metapod and Kakuna just get a little bit of extra damage each turn. Yeah, the most interesting parts about Generation 1 are definitely not the beginning. The beginning is honestly, like, kind of brutal, not gonna lie. Like, breathing too sharply. Having played through the beginning of Pokemon Red and Blue so many times, it's easily the most boring part of the run. Unless you're speedrunning it, in which case it can be interesting. Okay, I want to try and avoid battles from here. Yeah, trainer battles from here on out. And it's until I get to the end here. I don't want to get too high leveled. I think the level cap for Brock is 14. Not that I'm already adhering to level caps for any, like, as a hard set thing, but I think because I'm using a Bulbasaur, it might not be a bad thing for the first 2 gyms at least. Although it looks like there are only 2 other trainers in this area, so... Hold on a moment. No, that doesn't work. Okay. I had to think for a moment there about I could have actually set myself up to do a funny little glitch. If I thought about it. The speedrun strat, if you will. We're gonna hit Leech Seed here. Nice and simple. Yeah, sure, let's hit a Growl. Why not? Get a little bit ridiculous here. I'm trying to remember what level Bulbasaur gets a Vine Whip. I want to say it's level 11. But I could be wrong about that. I don't think I'm wrong about that, but I think I am. Well, it's not level 9. There's that. I might actually go back and fight the other trainers. Yeah, because one thing I want to try and do is I want to try and not head out of a gym once I walk in. Oh, is it just one other trainer? Just one other trainer here, okay. I thought there was one more on top of this one. Oh well. I'm sure I've grabbed another potion. Because I am hitting like a wet noodle. That is not high damage. The fun fact about the fun evolution of the Kanto starters. The highest base stats that any of them has is 100, and they each have 101 stat. For Venusaur, that stat is special. Which means between the three starters, if you want to deal the most amount of damage, you're using Venusaur. For Blastoise, it is of course defense. For Charizard, it is speed. That's right. Charizard is hitting like a wet noodle. Guess I have another Cocoon Pokemon after this. I don't have enough PP. Thank goodness for Leech Seed. It almost looked like it was a critical hit. Okay, I just barely have enough PP for tackle. Oh my god. And I believe that is Vine Whip Baby. It's not Vine Whip. Level 12, isn't it? I'm officially out of... No, no. We have one more trainer. We have one more trainer we can fight. We found a Pikachu. I'm going to try and catch this actually. I have 1 Pokeball, so wish me luck. I actually caught it. Huh. You're right. Okay, let me rephrase that. I can only catch a Pokemon to put on my team after I get a badge. I should have phrased it that way. You know what? Yeah, let's name this Pikachu. What are we naming the Pikachu? I really do need to sit down and make that video, explaining what I'm doing with each Pokemon game, because part of what I want to do is I want to catch them all. I do want to fill out the entire Pokedex for each game, or as much as I can for each game. And I want to show off as much tomfoolery as I can, because oh my gosh, Pokemon games are so jank, especially early on. Vegeta, do you want me to name this Pikachu after you? Maybe I can just name Pokemon after viewers. People who pop into chat. Is chat working? Chat is indeed working. Cool. The first catch of the game, and it is you. If I can type Vegeta. Yes, I did catch a Pikachu. Going into the box immediately. Now, that is not to say that we're going to see that we're never going to see Vegeta Chew ever again. Shove named Vegeta Chew. Oh, when I get to Daffodil Town, I'm adding the Chew to the end of that. Because that is just beautiful. When I get to Pokemon Stadium, because I'm throwing in Pokemon Stadium, there's a decent chance that a good amount of the Pokemon we're catching in Red and Yellow will make a reappearance. The ones that we don't use in the game. I didn't heal, I need to heal. Different tiers where you store your shinies. Same. I think I have Goop, my shiny Ditto, in Stadium 2. Which I really wish I was streaming when I was doing that playthrough. Okay, Ian, I am stronger. Surely I can take down your stupid little Pidgey. I have Leech Seed now. I still don't have any potions. I should have bought a potion. The sand attack immediately. Oh, we got the Leech Seed off. Let's go. Maybe I should have kept Vegeta on the team for a moment here. I hate how often Pidgeys get crits. And how much they use Sand Attack. Another thing is, even if I do manage to knock out the Pidgey with Leech Seed damage, I won't have the accuracy to actually hit the Charmander. Okay, there goes the Pidgey. I should just try and not nuke seed. Yeah. Really should have brought Vegeta with me. Oh my god! Yeah, I'm gonna use this again. It's a stupid sand attack. Wow, I couldn't land a Leech Seed at all. Just put me on my misery. Just use Scratch again. There we go. A stupid Pidgey spamming sand attack. Vegeta, you're going to be the most important Pokemon here in just a moment here. The most important Pokemon. Time to Final Flash this Pidgey. We are going to save this time. We are beating this rival fight. The hardest rival fight in the game. Okay, we landed Leech Seed. That's all that matters here. Stop stunning it. Fine. How much HP can this thing even have? I also can't believe that we're speed tying the Pidgey. I'm at minus speed, at minus 6 accuracy. Yes, we're switching to Vegeta for a moment here. And now we're back at 0. Completely expected. Now we can actually hit the Charmander. All according to Cake. Oh, we love critical hits. There we go. All it took was another Pokemon so we can get rid of the accuracy drop. We still don't have... When do we get Vine Whip? You know what? It's fine. We don't need Vine Whip to win. We're gonna hit up a heal, put Vegeta back, and we're gonna go do our first gym battle. The first time Vegeta has visited the pod. God, easily the most annoying Pokemon on Ian's team is that Pidgey with Sand Attack. Nothing else is even as remotely annoying. We are going to have a bit of a break coming up before the gym battle. Before the gym. There are going to be about 3 minutes of ads that I apparently cannot snooze for some reason. I do not know why. I'm just going to take the time to get up and stretch. We found another Pikachu. That's very rare. Not one, but even just 2 Pikachu. In, what? Definitely under an hour for sure. I would say under 30 minutes even. Alright, we're finally out of Viridian Forest and in Pewter City. We took no damage, we used no PP. We should be good to go into the gym, so... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get started on my break here. And when we come back, we're taking on the Pewter City Gym. See you guys in just a moment. Oh, why'd you have to hit me with the Brave Friend 2 music? Right, and we appear to be back. So, let's take on the Pewter City Gym. All of the rock types you expect in the gym. This is the rock type gym, right? And so light years away? He doesn't look that far away. That's not a rock type, that's a ground type. I'm gonna hit this with a leech seed. Just for the tiny little bit extra HP I'm gonna have for the next Pokemon. Diglett is actually very prone to getting critical hits with how fast it is. Dugtrio even more so. Okay, but we got no crits this time. It's level 13. And there's Vine Whip. Exactly what I wanted to see. Wonderful. We are going to use our one potion before we go into the gym fight here. The leader battle. Now that we have Vine Whip, sent out Geodude. Yeah, that should just be one shots. Level 14, baby! Getting unplugged. I need a better cable. Nice. By the move that says, just end me. One shot the Onyx. We love Vine Whip. And there's only one grass type move that we love even more. Okay, there are several. Mega Drain we like more, that's same base power, but you actually heal. Solar Beam, 2 turns, 120 base power, that's a little more damage. But the grass type move we like the most is Razor Leaf. And now that I've beaten Brock, I am allowed to catch a new Pokemon. I'm allowed to catch any Pokemon for my team, to clarify. I probably won't need a whole lot of Pokeballs, to be honest. Okay. Let's go heal and then take on the next routes. I won't be fighting every trainer right away on the next route. No. Cancel. we're going to try and go through this route, finding as few trainers as possible. Which I think is 2? Three. It's 3 trainers. Because we have to fight this bug catcher. Stupid. Need. Also, no, you know what I need? You know what I need? I need a Bluetooth thingy for my computer. That's what I actually need. Is Bluetooth capability. Maybe I should just go ahead and invest in that. Decent chance we're going to evolve before we catch our next member of our team. Oh, we're so much better off now. By each gym badge, or I think 6 of the 8 gym badges, also gives you a buff for your stats. Or to a stat, rather. And the way that that is implemented is a little bit buggy. It's Gen 1, of course it's going to be buggy. Why would it be anything else? I like shorts, they're comfy and easy to wear. What an iconic line. Oh, don't get more critical hits, please. I really want to make it past the next trainer, but I may not make it past this one. Wait, I bought some potions. I can make it past this trainer. What am I on about? Yeah, I'm popping a potion right now. Because rep can be annoying. We're leech seeding immediately. And that's precisely why. You want to be a really annoying Generation 1 player, just use Wrap. Wrap or Fire Spin. And be a relatively fast Pokemon. I think that's an evolution right there. Yep. Oh, thank goodness we can deal more damage. We can tank more hits. We're stronger overall. Okay, it might be 4 trainers. We'll see. Why was I not using Vine Whip on Rattata? Can someone explain that to me? Can someone explain to me why I'm a little bit stupid? No? Me neither. Oh yeah, that's so much better. I was gonna say, in fact, the only Pokemon I really need to use. Oh, don't. I really need to use Seedon are Pokemon that I don't have. Ooh, I need to heal that off. Like, right now. Right, my defense was lowered. That's why Horn Attack did so much damage. I gotta hope this deals decent damage here. Not very, no. Oh, actually, yes. Get some more critical hits with Tackle, please. I want to see some more critical hits with Tackle. Okay. Or not. Not anymore. Never mind. Ignore me. So the reason why at that point I wanted to see critical hits from Tackle is because critical hits in this game are broken and not in a good way. In Generation 1, critical hits ignore stat changes. Both positive and negative. So with me having, I think that was at that point -3 to defense, a critical hit would act like I had -0 to defense, while still doing regular critical hit damage. It also works if you have plus attack. If you have plus 6 attack and you land a critical hit, you're actually dealing less damage, which is so funny. Wait, hold on. With that in mind, no, there's no way to capitalize on the. Oh wait, no, oh, there is actually. Yeah. If you want to capitalize on using focus energy, just get yourself to plus 6 attack and then use focus energy, and you're less likely to get critical hits, which is actually good. I found a use for focus energy in this game. Focus energy makes it less likely to land critical hits in Generation 1, which is normally a bad thing. Oh, I love this game so much. I love this game so much. Okay. Okay, there's a trainer here that walks around. Okay. Avoided her. Oh, this hidden item's only in the remake. Okay. Well, it is time to go catch our... I'm gonna pop in here really quick. Pop in here, grab a heal. It is time to get our next Pokemon. I'm very excited for this next Pokemon. It's not Zubat, don't worry. I got it. How does this look? Yeah, that's fine. I do want to catch my next Pokemon before I get into any more trainer battles. Team 12. What's Team 12 in this game? Water Gun. Which I can't even use. I found nothing but Zubat so far. Game? Why are you not giving me any encounters? There we go. I was getting worried there for a moment. Okay, can you give me something other than Zubat, please? And there we go. That's what we are looking for. We are looking for Geodude, our next party member. You might be wondering, why do you want Geodude so badly? Why is this your next party member? Because it takes care of half the types that Venusaur's not great against. Bug and flying. Emphasis on the flying. We have caught a Geodude, the rock Pokemon. Found in fields and mountains, mistaking them for boulders, people often step or trip on them. And what are we nicknaming the Geodude? You know, let's just go with, Bro... Sif. Welcome to the team, Brosif. It is time to level you up. We are looking for Geodude to get to level, it's either 16 or 18 by the end of Rock Tunnel, which shouldn't be too terribly hard to do. What do you mean that tunnel from Cerulean takes a lot out of you? Are you telling me that you went through Mount Moon? How? You're saving, because I'm very cautious. We have an ass with a Jigglypuff. This might take a moment to take down. And that's why. Now here's what we're gonna send in Venus first. We're going to switch trainer, kind of sort of here. We're gonna use Leech Seed. Rid of the Burst, so that way we're dealing some damage. That's not good. Oh no. No, Burst, just stay asleep. Stay asleep, please. Don't wake up. What did I just say? I need to switch out. That's fine. That's a-okay. Especially if you're going to use Disable instead. I think this thing has 3 moves: Disable, Sing, Pound. For some reason it's one to just spam Disable. How much is Choco going to do? I don't know how it... Okay, we'll take it. We're just gonna take that. Ah, what a goofy Pokemon. What a goofy fight. I have Bide. I have the TM for Bide, which is not very useful. TM for Water Gun, which I can't use either. But you can argue that Bide is actually not a terrible move for Geodude at this point. I would argue that it's a bad move no matter what. Like, you're sitting there taking damage. You're sitting there maybe taking damage. I should clarify. Yeah, no, Bite is just a terrible move. Because if you're very defensive, you're not taking a lot of damage. Which means you're not dealing a lot of damage when you're unleashing the Bide. I might actually... We'll see. How much damage is this going to do? Not as much as I want. Okay, we're going to leech seed this. You left a like, Pokemon Challenge, have a nice day, nice to meet you, thankfully. Ooh. Well, thanks for popping into chats. And thanks for the very nice chat message. Very much appreciate it. And yes, I'll be doing this challenge 3 days a week. Thursday and Friday for sure, and either Saturday or Sunday. I've not decided for sure which between Saturday and Sunday, but yeah. I'm aiming to start at around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And that would be even like daylight saving or not. If you want to find out the specifics of this challenge, definitely check out the next video I upload, which should be within the next week or so. Process level 10, let's go! Yes, Eastern time no matter what. Because I'm based on the Eastern time. I was gonna say East Coast, but technically I'm Midwest now, but well, Eastern time zone. Okay, we know exactly what to do for this. We switch into the class Heroes 3. Class of Heroes. I have no clue how to pronounce your name, I'll be honest. I'm gonna go with Hime. I can make that out, for sure. Right now, the biggest challenge is Gen 1 movesets. That is the biggest hurdle here. I'm a level 10 Geodude with just Tackle. Granted, I think the other moves Geodude has at this point in later generations still isn't that great. I think it might be like Defense Curl and some other relatively useless move. And this is going to be the slowest start. In fact, I think it just straight up is, compared to other starts I've had with red and blue. Oh boy, I learned Defense Curl. Dude, we'll get an actual damaging move that is kind of good. I'm gonna go heal and get more PP for Tackle going on. Thank goodness for Leech Seed. And we are almost definitely fighting every single trainer. At least until we get the move I'm looking for. Please be another bug catcher. I think he is, because he mentioned shorts. Nope, that's a youngster. Spearow? I don't even need to switch out for this. I can just sit here and tank all the packs. I might want to defense curl a little bit. We'll see. Nope, I out damage. Let's go. Unless it gets crit. In which case, even defense curl won't matter then. Yeah, it's clear. Maybe a defense curl does matter then. Not really. Yeah, no, I'm good. No, I'm gonna take on this last, and that's the last trainer on this route. Yeah, because this last is not gonna have anything terrible, I don't think. Oh, wait, this is a stupid Pidgey. Can you use sand attack? Yeah, kind of like that. Oh no, I gotta take this thing out quickly. These also be the only Pokemon you have. I was not paying attention. Level 12, we're slowly climbing. Against my better judgment, I'll stay in. First, because if this thing just spams Gust, that's not gonna do anything to me. If I can hit through this... I think if I landed one more tackle, I'm good. I just need to land another tackle. Just one more. That's a game. Game. The game heard at me. It's like, oh, you just need that one more? More side attacks! No hitting for you! We are gonna have strategies later on for getting around sand attack. And evasion accuracy shenanigans. Okay, we have a level 12 Geodude now. We're not far away from where we want to be. Actually, really quick, let's put away the TMs I have. Let's see, person species, also item, 34, 12, and then we're just good to go. Suspicious men are in the cave. What about me? I think I'm also in the cave. What do you mean I missed? Right, 95 accuracy. I still think it's so funny. You can get a critical hit in this game and only deal 1 damage. We knew how to deal with Kakuna in this. And the streamer you follow, the Play has a mod with the name Vegeta in it. If he also plays Pokemon games, maybe you might like his content. Kaioken Sundu. Yes, maybe. Just maybe. I'm loving the variations on my username. The only annoying thing about bug catchers is Kakunas and Metapods. I think my goal for the stream might just be getting out of Mount Moon. I know that we just got into it, but... Oh, we got a critical hit, let's go! Oh, when you say a mod, you mean like a mod for games or a moderator for streams? Shaky from Scooby-Doo. Mod for streams. Okay. Thanks for clarifying. Mod stream with Bluesky on YouTube chat. Okay. I actually haven't watched a whole lot of YouTube streams. Can I please run away from the Zubats? Thank you. Most of the time when I hear mod, I think, not moderator, I think mods for games. Clefairy also gets sing. We'll see if I need leech seed strats here. If I get put to sleep, sure. Okay, we're using leech seed strats here. You put my Pokemon to sleep, you're getting seeded. Which I do want to point out, this is the start of a massively long challenge. And hopefully throughout, at least through getting through Generation 3, I'm hoping to find some more video game challenges to do of games I've already played. And I should really work on getting some tools and stuff for YouTube sorted out for some of this stuff. Ideally, I would like challenges that very few, if any, other people have done. Judy can learn Mega Punch TM. It's named for Mega Punches in this cave. Blue Digital on your 3DS beat long ago. What I want to no, so I don't want to use a whole lot of TMs, at least right now. And I'm gonna be fine once I get my next move. My next move, things are gonna be are smooth sailing for Broseph here. Like, it's pretty much like Blue Mountain Moon is going to be like the most annoying part of the game. Because I'm pretty much only using Tackle. Venus at this point is in the clear. We have Vine Whip. Once we get an actual damaging stab move on Broseph here, oh, it's GG. Doubly so once we evolve. Oh, even after -4 defense, it only does 2 damage? Voltorb sucks. Oh my god. The easiest fight of my life. That rare candy I might actually wind up using. I didn't see how many tackles I have left. How many do I have left? I should be fine against Caterpies. I need to go back and restore my PP on tackle. Of course I did with 1 HP, why would you not? Of course they have Metapod. Yeah, we're switching into Venus and Leech Seeding immediately. I may actually also just use Tackle a few times with Venus here and switch back to Broseph. Just, you know, save PP. The result, just spreading out usage. Like boom. Yes, yes. So this isn't my first time playing Pokemon. I've played Pokemon before. In fact, I've been playing Pokemon since Red and Blue came out in 1998, when I was 2. And like Pokemon is pretty much like my. You're good. You didn't know. You're new to the stream. This is me informing that like this isn't my first rodeo. This isn't even my first time playing Pokemon Red and Blue. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the shenanigans when they start next stream. Honestly. Oh, thank goodness, it's just another Caterpie. Yeah, there's a decent chance I may have to tell people as I come in and start giving like bits of advice here and there that this is not my first time playing Pokemon. I know what I'm doing. But the reason why I was not super worried about either the Magnemite or the Voltorb. Not as like a crutch for the challenge, but as like an additional thing, yes. I will be using the Missing No M glitch in Cinnabar. But that's more so just like, it's something I do every playthrough of Pokemon Red and Blue, and it's part of the reason why I'm not using any TMs for right now. is an extension of this challenge is also going to go into Pokemon Stadium. And seeing as Red and Blue out of the Generation 1 games are the ones that's, for a variety of reasons, for money for TMs, for rare candies, part of the challenge is also going to extend to Pokemon Stadium, because I'm playing this on an actual cartridge. There's a Pokemon Center right up there. Just go use it. So the missing no glitch is purely for utility. I'm not going to use it to make this challenge any easier. Aside from maybe like having access to more than one of any TM I want. That would be about it. I'm not using it for vitamins. I'm not using it for rare candies. Any level up I get is going to be through battle. I'm going to try my best to not level grind. Off of wild Pokemon. Off of trainers, yes. I will fight all the trainers if I have to. And I probably will have to. I think the hikers I'm going to avoid in this cave. Oh no, that's an oddish. That's... Yeah, I need to switch out. I believe it has absorb. Can I leech seed this? I think it can, because it said it evaded and that didn't work. But it also didn't work twice. I know that at some points, Leech Seed does not work on grass types. I don't know if I'm just getting unlucky now, or if it doesn't work one more time, I'm going to chalk it up to, okay, yeah, doesn't work on grass types. That's one of those things that's... Because I know that you can use like Stun Spore, Sleep Powder, Poison Powder on grass types. Up until I think it's Gen 6. It's keeping track of what moves do, what things do and don't work between generations. We're gonna switch back into Brosif just for the sweet experience, and then yeah, because this thing is gonna have Vine Whip, which is also 4 times effective. As well as growth, which is really not good for Geodude. Anyways, but yeah, the majority of this playthrough is gonna be like pretty much vanilla, with very few glitches used here and there. I don't want to give too much away on what I'm planning to do with this. Like for the actual like challenge in of itself, the actual playthrough. But I won't be using like any major glitches for my team, aside from maybe TMs. And even then, like, that's only on a technicality. Because I do have my full team planned out already. If I recall correctly, I don't think I use more than one of a TM that I can't buy more than one of across 2 Pokemon. Double check really quick on when Geodude learns the move I want it to learn. I can't remember if it's 16 or 18. Let me just double check that really. 3 Pokedex, give me a rock type. Geodude. Okay, I think I'm probably good then to just Schmoove. We're going to ignore trainers here for now. Except for Rocket Grunts. We're gonna fight the, what? The Rocket Grunts and the Super Nerderland here? Oh, this guy's Eradicate. Let's just use Leech Seed then. Well, I'm gonna have to backtrack at some point just to... Wait, no, I may not have to. Hold on. Oh, I'm at full PP for tackle. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. You're so good. No, my starter is nicknamed after my buddy Venus. Their favorite Pokemon is Venusaur. It only made sense to nickname my Bulbasaur after them. And all those tail whips did add up. I'm gonna use a potion. Oh, let's go. We have Rock Throw. We have a stab move. And we gonna be stabbing. Thank you, thank you. Is this Rocket Grunt at the top or bottom here? I forget. I swear it's a 50-50 100 here. Which seems like a 50% chance I'd be top or bottom. But I always get caught. That guy you have no choice but to fight. Finally have a decent move. And give me that sweet, sweet stab. Right, it can miss. It's not 100 accuracy. What's the accuracy on this? Hold on a moment. Surely it's not that bad. I missed. What do you mean I missed 3 times in a row? What do you mean? Well, that was a one shot, so. Okay, that's. Oh no. Oh no. That is the worst news. That is, oh, Nah, it's fine, don't worry about it, I got it. What do you mean it has 65 accuracy on a base 50 power move? Gen 1, what are you on about? What do you mean? I've never used Rock... Okay. I've never used Rock Throw in Generation 1 before. Hold on. I just found out where I can get the rock slide at. And now the brain is trying to brain right here. And this just further proves the way that I normally play. The way that I normally play. Don't... Okay. Generation 1. It's just the superior way to play Generation 1. It's just the absolute best. It doesn't get any better than that. And that is pretty much to beeline it to getting cuts and going to the being able to go to Celadon. Once you get to Celadon, oh my gosh, everything's so much better. You get to Celadon and almost the entire game opens up to you. I'm gonna use my remaining rock throws trying to hit coughing. I have an antidote. This is fine. It didn't knock it out. Wasting. We're not gonna waste a turn healing. That only deals 2 damage. We're fine. And now we are going to use an antidote so Brosif does not get knocked out here. Grabbing the Helix fossil because best fossil. And we're just going to skedaddle out of here. We're all done. We got the move we were looking for. We are so good. We are so good right now. That great ball is going to be very fun. My brain just jumped around a little bit. So usually at around this point in the game, I always catch an Abra. Because Mew glitch. And that put into my head the fact that I made a very funny April Fool's video. That I will expound on more how it's an April Fool's video, like where the joke is, when we get to Generation 2. Also, I'm a little bit late on doing this, but I'm going to take a tiny little bit of a break to get up and stretch my legs. Normally I do this during my ad break on Twitch, but I wasn't paying attention. And it is almost over already. So, let me just go ahead and take my break right now. And we will be back momentarily. Alright, thank you for being patient with me. We are back. Alright, so we made it to Cerulean City. Things that have opened up to us, not a whole lot, I don't think. I believe if I go into this house and go out the back. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to just. There we go, another rare candy. Nope, we don't want to know about any of the badges. Right, so we healed upon coming back and coming here, right? Yeah, we are fully healed. Okay. Then it is time to take on the second hardest fight in the game. Rival 2/3. In this case, 3. We have Brosif versus Pidgeotto, and this is why I wanted a Geodude. Although we need to actually land a rock throw, especially through the sand attacks. If we can just land one rock throw. Just land the attack. Just there we go. Enough damage for me to feel comfortable just locking in tackle now for better accuracy. And there we go. There goes Pidgeotto. Down like the chump it is. We picked up a Geodude purely to take care of Pidgeotto. That is the only reason why I picked up Geodude. Abra is a joke here. It only knows teleport. It's not dealing any damage. That is coming out. We're gonna keep Venus in for now. We're gonna let Venus take down the Rattata here. Although I will say the benefit of picking up a Geodude means I'm also strong against Charmander here. I initially picked it up just to handle Pidgeotto, but half a team at this point? Ooh, yeah, we'll take that. We will take that, no problem. Ooh, that damage even after one Growl? Imagine if I didn't get hit with Growl there. And that's GG. Easiest rival fight of my life. First try, a baby. Alright. You know what? It's gonna feel good if I can actually take on 2 gyms this stream, so I might just go ahead and take on Missy's gym. I'm feeling pretty confident right now. Let's move Venus to the front here. Like I said, we are fighting all the trainers we can. Which means I am at some point going to go back and pick up the experience from Mount Moon. That at some point I'll pick it up. I'm not sure when. Move Vine Whip to the top here. I may leave and heal just for Vine Whip PP. I'll save before I fight Misty. See if I can make it through with just the PP I have on Vine Whip. Got this entire gym. I think I can use a tackle here. That should be fine. Yeah, okay. And I really need to save, but I'm going to anyway. Alright. Decent damage on me, that's fine, because I think that should be a one-shot, maybe? Almost. We're fine. We are speed tied with the Goldeen. If we can just hit through Supersonic here. No? He's being awfully rude right now. Okay. I am a little bit lower on HP than I want to be, so I'm gonna pop a potion. Okay, we're gonna save. Missy has just 2 Pokemon, so we should be fine. Both Staryu and Starmie have pretty decent special stats, so these probably are not gonna be one shot. Yeah. Three shots on Staryu, that's fine. Means probably 3 shots on Starmie. Yeah, looking like 4, which we're still in the clear there for that. I could get a critical hit there. I wish he didn't. I'm popping a potion. With how fast Starmie is, it's likely to land critical hits with tackle. Yeah, kind of like that. I'm gonna risk it. Never punish, baby! And there's Misty down first try. Didn't break the level cap. I can now use cut. I get the team 11. With Bubble Beam that I cannot use. Alright, well that's 2 gyms down in 2 hours. Not bad at all. Alright, now we have Nugget Bridge to go through. Let me put some more items away. I think pretty much just a team 11. And team 4 as well. Also gonna put away the Helix Fossil for the moment, and a rare candy. Ooh, actually, there's one thing I want to show off. I'm gonna show off a very funny thing. Okay, we're switching to Bros. Oh, actually, I need to catch a new team member. I mean, double check and make sure that this is actually the game I'm catching this team member. Yes. I think I can find this at a higher level, is that right? Let me double check that. If I can find this at level 12, I want to catch this at level 12. I think I can. Yes, okay. Let's try to find Spearow at level 12. Because that's just 4 less levels of training. It doesn't give us any additional moves, it's just less training I have to do. Come on, level 12. No, sir. And there we go, that's level 12. We're going to Vine Whip. It should survive that, right? Barely survives a crit. But surviving is all we needed. Alright, we have a Spearow. What do we nickname the Spearow? I got nothing. I'm open to suggestions. I know who I'm gonna ask for a suggestion from. I don't get an answer before then. Let's see. I did notice that the Japanese name for Spearow, that's Furo, is Oni Drill. Or Demon Drill. Which honestly has me kind of thinking Gurren Lagann. For obvious reasons. I mean, given, you know what, yeah, we're just gonna check spelling really quick. Okay. Just nickname it Gurin. I'm ordering a new cable. That actually stays in my controller. Okay. Welcome to the team Grin. Peck Growl Leer. Which means it's time to do some mandatory training. I will admit though, having a base 35 power move, even though it is stab, not super great. And we'll be doing a very funny thing on this route. This is Nugget Bridge. Beat us 5 trainers and get yourself a little prize. Bugcatcher has, to no one's surprise, a Caterpie. Now, some people might question, is this actually the best spot to catch Fearow? Or anything in the Fearow line? And the answer might actually be no. This might be not the worst spot, but somewhere in the middle. Ideally, you're catching yourself probably a Fearow, to be honest. On, if I'm to hazard a guess, Route 23. I think Pidgey actually does deal more damage here than I do because Gust is still stab. Yeah. We're switching to Broseph here. Let's see. Fearow gets Drill Peck at level 34. Fearow gets Drill Peck at 34. Fearow gets it at 29. Can I land a Rock Throw? I can! Let's just compare that to Poke Earth. Yes, we're gonna switch to Guden. I don't think maybe a worse spot to catch Guden. Yeah. Because it's literally right at the end of the game. How much damage? More than I once. Alright, so where else we got? 17, 18. You can catch Spearow at level 22, Fearow at 27, which means you're only, what is that? I said 34? Yeah, 7 levels away from getting Drill Peck. At that point, yeah, actually, I think that may be a better spot to catch a Fearow, to be honest. Because that's literally the routes where you get Fly. You can just teach fly and use that for 7 levels. With that in mind, hold on. With that in mind, that may actually change up my ideas here. Hold on, can't I just... I could just. Hold on. What does... anything? Because the original thought behind getting Spearow right now is I'm going to be encountering some grass types. I can just tackle those grass types. They're not defensive. I'm not fighting first or second stage grass types. I'm fighting basic grass types. It's just Oddish and Bellsprout. I could hold off on catching Spearow. Actually, I could just say that the Spearow, I caught it for dex purposes because I do plan on catching them all. I'm gonna do that more so after we beat Koga, but I do plan on catching all of them. Out of curiosity, my God, stop. What are we looking at for a special stat on Guden? 16. That's intriguing. That's very intriguing. Pondering. Okay. Okay, so... yeah, I'm going to stick to that idea. We're switching the order that we're catching Pokemon after gyms. Can I do that, actually? Hold on. 110%, yes. Okay. I'm thinking for a moment here. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's a-okay. We're so good to do that. Actually, that winds up. Ooh. Okay, so once we can have a case of, we're going to try and avoid as many trainers on the next couple routes as we can, and we are coming back. We are going to come back for the experience. Anything really quick? I do these things. A handful of things here really quick. Okay. That might be honest, we're actually further than I thought I would be getting the stream. Like, my goal was to get through Mount Moon. I thought Mount Moon was going to take us a lot longer. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought that. I do want to check one more tiny thing. Okay, level 24 is the next level cap. I think I'm good for that. Oh my gosh, not side attack. Yeah, I'm so good for that. Okay, cool. It gives me three level leeway with Venus and 5 levels on Brosif. My God. We're going out tomorrow. I'm going to take tomorrow before stream to find another... What is this? Micro USB? USB mini? Okay, but it's actually about time to do a very funny thing. That's a Mankey. Do you have a low kick at this point? I don't know if you do. It may not. Here's level 20 Brosif. Alright, let's do something that's very funny. I think you can do it in this generation. It's either this or Gen 3. We'll find out. I need to withdraw really quick. We're grabbing Vegeta again. Vegeta has been very key for showing off some very neat things. We are gonna say right here. Like, the first thing shown off with Vegeta was if you switch out your Pokemon in between like if you defeat a Pokemon and the game asks, do you want to switch Pokemon, and you say yes, when you switch your Pokemon out, any stat changes get reset. That was very nice and allowed us to beat the second rival fight, the optional one. And Vegeta is going to show us something else very funny. Probably should have bought. You know what, actually, let's do that really quick. Let's use our money wisely. We're gonna go on a shopping spree before we do this funny thing. How much money do I even have? Oh, yeah, no, definitely gonna want to spend our money on this. Let's buy 5 repels for now. Buy 5 more potions. And spend the rest on Pokeballs. I mean, even if this doesn't work the way I think it does, still not a bad idea to spend all of our money anyway. Because that's just resources we now have. That's more potions, that's more Pokeballs, that's some repels. Very nice resources to use in general. Okay. We received a nugget. Go, Vegeta! You're 5 times my level. How did you... it's Poison Sting. That's how. Oh no, we lost! Let's go try that again. You tell me that this works. Okay, so that's funny. So we can't show it off in this game. Unless, hold on. Can I, if I talk to you again? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Note to self, show that off in Gen 3. I didn't know that. I've learned something new. Let's pick up Brosif and Venus again. Vegeta. The most sensitive cable in the world. It does not stay in. Okay. I think this may actually be a good stopping point for the stream. That showed off what actually happens if you lose that battle. Several things happen there. One, who is actually gonna see that I lost that battle. That's one of the easiest fights in the game. 2, that didn't do what I thought it did. And 3, if you lose, you just don't have to fight him again, which is interesting. But okay. Yeah. Next time when we come back tomorrow at 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. 7 to 8, somewhere around there. We are going to take on Route, what is that, 2425? And make our way to Vermilion City. So with that, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.